All right. Hello. Welcome back to Crouton Cracker Jacks. It's been a while since we've seen each other. Like 10 months since I've done a video, which is far too long, I know it. But I'm here. And things might look a little different because I am in my own personal kitchen. This is the stove that I use every day. These are the pots and pans I use every day. This is not where I traditionally make videos. But we're doing this whole coronavirus quarantine thing, and I'm stuck in the house and I have nothing else better to do. So I thought I'd do a little video. Just basically making something for dinner. So I thought, since I like to watch YouTube and there's not a whole lot to watch nowadays, I thought I'd put something out so maybe you guys could watch something. So yeah, I'm just making chicken and rice, and this is a recipe that goes back many, many years. It was on the back of a Campbell's soup can way back when. And it's just simple, it's easy, it uses stuff that we've all bought to prepare for this apocalypse. So, in a pan here, I've got 1 cup of rice, and to this, I'm going to add in about 1 3/4, almost 2 cups maybe of chicken broth. This recipe uses minute rice. I don't have minute rice mainly because the store was out of it. I don't feel like minute rice is not something I usually have anyway, so that's 1 3/4 cups maybe of chicken broth that I'm going to add in there. I need to get a spoon. Let me get a spoon. And you may notice that I am not going to edit this video at all. I'm not doing a voiceover. I'm using the microphone that is on this camera that I'm recording on, so I don't know how well this is going to work. I am in a kitchen that has no soft surfaces at all, so it's probably going to be echoey, but we're going to do what we have to do to make a video. Because a lot has happened in the last 10 months. I'm not going to get into it, but suffice it to say, things have changed. I am no longer where I used to be. So yeah. I'm going to bring this up to a boil. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch this come up to a boil because that's going to take a few minutes. This is on an electric stove, so it takes freaking forever. So when this gets up to a boil, I'll be back. All right, so this is starting to come up to a boil, and I don't know if I told you why we're even boiling this. If you use this minute rice in this recipe, you don't have to pre-cook this at all. But since I'm using regular rice, this needs to be pre-cooked because when we bake this, it is not going to get cooked in the time that we bake this. So I'm going to pre-cook this rice. So yeah, just brought that up to a boil. I turned the heat down to low, which is the lowest that my stove will go. We'll let this kind of calm down a minute before I put the lid on. And we're gonna cook this just like we cook the regular rice, just like I've done. I have a separate video which shows how I cook white rice. It's 20 minutes on heat, 10 minutes off of heat. So we're gonna set this for 20 minutes, and it takes forever for this stove to kind of simmer down. We're just going to set that timer for 20 minutes. Cover this, let it go. Don't touch it. Don't lift the lid because it's going to turn your rice into a mushy mess. So now let's get to the chicken. Since we're not editing this, we're just going to go right over here like this. Don't look at my dirty countertop. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Okay. You're also going to need one of these, a can of cream of chicken soup. Store brand, doesn't matter if it's low sodium, fat free, it really does not matter. I'm going to use this, which is a can of, let's get this a little lighter so you can see it. It's chicken thighs because that's all the store had. And judging by signs in the store, this is all that this is all the chicken we're going to get for the next month, so I'm going to use what we have. These are boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You could also use, oh, these are still frozen. You could also use boneless, skinless chicken breasts. That's perfectly fine. But there's still a lot of fat on this, so I'm going to trim this off because we don't need all that fat. You can't even see what I'm doing here. See? And Mr. Miano's here because he wants his chicken. So if he gets a little loud, don't mind him. One like this, I'm not even going to trim that. It'll cook off. I'm just going to go through and cut this fat off. And yes, I know I am cutting on a countertop without using a cutting board. I do not care because these are old countertops that are going to be replaced sometime, so I don't really care. And I'm really sorry if that's really dark. I'm not used to this kitchen and this light, so. And now I got chicken hands, so I don't want to touch the camera and change things, so. What's going on here? What's happening with this? I know, Mr. Man, hold on. And because these are still frozen, I'm going to run them under water to defrost them. So, let me do that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the timer just went off. I'm going to go ahead and shut the heat off. Lift the lid on the rice. That's what rice looks like after you get done cooking it. Exciting, isn't it? Alright, let's go back over to where I was cutting the chicken. I am no longer cutting chicken here. I'm already cleaned off the countertop, so let's not freak out about raw chicken. Oh my gosh. Too many things to freak out about. Okay, this is a 8x11 baking dish, not a 9x13. I suppose you could use a 9x13 if that's all you had, but this is the next smaller sized one. Let's brighten this up a little bit, see if you can see what I'm doing. I'm using a new camera here that I've had for what seems like ever, but I've never used it to record a video, so you'd never know that this was a new camera to me, judging by all the dust that's on it. Anyway, 8x11 pan. I'm going to take my rice and get it in here. Now, like I said, if you're using minute rice, you don't have to pre-cook your rice at all. Don't worry about it. Just do the do raw rice, and then you have to add so much water to it. I don't know. Just use regular rice. It's just easier and cheaper that way. All right, I'm gonna take my cream of chicken soup, the condensed stuff. I'm gonna add this in. Excuse my fat arms being in the way. I suppose I should talk while I'm doing this because probably pretty boring. There's not going to be any background music when I'm doing this, when I post this, so I'm just doing a one-take thing. Going back to my roots, this is how I used to do videos. If you've been with me since the beginning, back in 2012, 2013, 2014 something, this is how I used to do my videos. It was a lot of fun because, you know, there wasn't a lot of production. Things were simple. Sorry about the arm again, Jesus. I'm just going to spice up this soup and rice mixture a little bit. It can be kind of bland if you don't. So I've just got some cracked black pepper there. I'm going to add some seasoned pepper, which is just a Lowry's knockoff. I make it myself. I'll put the recipe in the description down below. If I remember. If I don't remember, somebody will let me know. Onion powder, just a little. Actually, that's kind of a lot. Garlic powder, not too much. And I'm just going to mix this together because you don't want your rice to dry out when you bake this. And if you don't have chicken stock, just use water. That's perfectly fine. Using chicken stock, it just kind of makes it a little bit better. Oh, and before I forget, I need to turn the oven on Turn your oven on to 375, 400. Screw it, let's do 400. We're doing 400 today. All right. Just gonna mix this all together. I suppose you could even do this in a 9x9 pan or an 8x8. That's perfectly fine. And you want to spread this out a little bit, just like yonder. Just like yonder. What the hell does that mean? Anyway, just spread it out a little bit. And then you want to grab your chicken that has been cut and, like I said, if you're using what you have, use boneless, skinless chicken breasts. If you want to leave the skin on, leave the skin on. It makes no difference whatsoever. Actually, with the skin makes it a little bit better. And using breasts is better than, or using thighs is better than breasts anyway, because thighs taste better than breasts. Don't take that the wrong way, please. This is YouTube. Let's be family friendly. Okay. Get this last piece in here. All right. Let me wash my hands really quick. Really quick. Washy, washy, washy. Don't mind me. Check up on your kiddos. Make sure they're not killing each other. Give your dog a pet for me. Give your cat a pet. Give your husband a pet. Give your wife a pet. Give your baby. Okay, I'm back. And then on top of the chicken, we're just going to season it a little bit here with more of that seasoned pepper, a little bit more cracked black pepper. Cracked black pepper. Let's learn how to talk, Jason. And yeah, now you want to put this in the oven and you want to bake this for, oops, sorry for knocking you, bumping you. You want to bake this for about half an hour. Basically all you're doing is warming up the rice and making sure that the chicken is cooked. These are boneless, skinless chicken thighs, so this is going to take really, really quick to cook. If you're using big old, thick, fat chicken breasts, I suggest you butterfly them before you put them on here, because that way it'll cut the cooking time down a lot. But yeah, uncovered, put it right in the oven, 30 minutes, and we'll go from there. All right, time is up. I set this for another 10 minutes beyond our half hour. Oh dear, that's really hot. Beyond our 30 minutes, so it's been in there for 40 minutes. This right here is what it will look like. I know it's kind of far from the camera. Let's move you a little closer, shall we? Ooh, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Mr. Man, you're going to get stepped on. All right. Move the camera. Move this right over here. Zoom in. Look at that. Oh, that's delicious. Well, I don't know if it's delicious or not. I haven't had it yet. Let's get in and see if surely these are cooked by now. Well, that one just kind of fell apart. It's cooked. All right, so put this off to the side. I'm going to shut the heat. Oh, not broil. Off. I'm going to let this sit for about 10 minutes just to kind of let everything zhuzh, if you will. Kind of let all this bubbling simmer down a little bit. And then we're going to serve it up. So, give me 10 minutes. It's going to be a long 10 minutes for me. It's going to be a split second for you. All right, we're going to go ahead and serve this up. It's been almost 10 minutes. If you don't tell, I won't tell. All right, I'm just going to go move some of the chicken out of the way. I'm going to get some rice in here. I'm putting this in a bowl. You can have it on a plate if you so wish. I suppose it'd be better if you maybe grease the pan a little bit. I don't know. There we go. Oh, screw it. I'm a big fat man. I'm going to take a little more. There. I don't know why you're watching me dish this up. There we go. I'm going to take one little piece of chicken and two little pieces of chicken. And there we go. Mr. Man seems to think that he needs some as well. But there you go. There's my chicken and rice recipe. Super, super easy. I mean, come on now. It was easy. So, tell me what you think about this kind of video. I don't know, because it's been a long time since I've done a video like this. I want to taste this just really quick. Since a lot of people complain that I don't eat my food on camera, here's a sneak peek for you. Yep, deliciousness. So yeah, if you've got rice, a can of condensed cream of chicken soup, and some chicken breasts, chicken thighs, chicken drums, whatever kind of chicken you got, go ahead and give this recipe a try. It's a thumbs up from me. And if you want to add cheese to this, you can add cheese to it. If you want to add some vegetables to it to make it a little healthier. You know, play around with it. Oh, and if you're using minute rice, use the same amount of chicken stock as I did. You just mix it all together. Yeah, I know it's probably confusing. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments down below. But there you go. Let me know if you like this kind of video. I might be back tomorrow and show you what I make for dinner tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We're in quarantine, so let's ride this thing together, shall we? Oh, one last look for you. There you go. Anyway, if you give this a try, let me know down in the comments down below. And until next time, happy eating, I guess. Enjoy deliciousness. And I promise I won't be gone for 10 months again. Promise. Okay, bye.